Hey friends, Mr. Depsick here. We're going to look today at how to write the negation of a conditional statement. But before I do that, I definitely want to do a better job of explaining that equivalent form of the conditional statement, which we talked about last Friday. And we looked at the truth tables and we saw that, from a strictly mathematical, logical standpoint, saying M implies N is the same thing as saying either N or not M. I want to have that make sense. So we're going to look at an example that'll help you be like, yeah, I can totally see that, Mr. Dupsick. It does make sense. So M arrow N does mean that, if M, then N. Every time M happens, then N happens. If M happens, then N happens. Here's my example of M implies N from the great 1980s movie, Field of Dreams, which I never actually watched. If you build it, then they will come. So my conditional statement is, if you build it, then they will come. Meaning that every time you build it, then they come. Building it implies that they come. If you build it, they will come. We can look at that with the equivalent compounded statement, N or not M, which in this case would be, well, if M is you build it and N is they will come, N or not M means they come or you don't build it. I'll roll that around in your head a little bit, right? Isn't that saying the same thing? If I'm saying every time you build it, then they come. If you build it, they will come. Then I'm saying, well, they come or you don't build it. Because if you built it, they would have come. So they come or you don't build it. That's the idea. That's why this hopefully yeah, I can see how that's true. But if you're still like, don't get it, don't buy it, then what I really want you just to understand is when we have a conditional statement M arrow N, we can always replace that by negating the antecedent, negating the condition, so making not M, putting an or, and putting the consequent. N or not M is the same as M implies N. I just want you to know this. So maybe put this down on your nose with a big star by it, and maybe roll these two statements around your head so you're like, yes, I can see they are saying the same thing. They are logically equivalent. And one of the reasons why I want you guys to know that is because sometimes you are asked to negate a conditional statement. So I'm going to talk more about that in the next video.